Welcome to today's English, everyone. The learning intention is to write verbs in the past tense. We'll be learning about tenses today, the past tense in particular. Pause while you get paper, pen or a pencil, and a ruler. Neatly write your date and learning intention. About tenses. We use different tenses to say when something takes place. We use the past tense to talk about things that have happened. For example, I watched the latest episode last night. We use the present tense to talk about things that are happening now. I'm watching the repeat now. That's your present tense example. Finally, we use the future tense to talk about things that will happen. And here's your example. I will watch it later. Let's look at some sentences together. They're written in the present tense and we're going to discover the past tense. I can see the rainbow. I saw the rainbow. And there we see our verbs change. See turns to saw. Again, you can see the verb highlighted and bold in the sentences. They talk to each other becomes they talked to each other. I need help. I needed help. They moved through the crowds. They moved through the crowds. Here is a list of regular verbs. To change them to the past tense, the rule is to add ed. Press pause and have a go. Let's check. Play becomes played. Laugh, laughed. Need, needed. Look, looked. Ask, asked. Call, called. If you got them, well done. Now we have a set of irregular verbs. Irregular verbs don't have a set of rules. They are verbs we just need to learn. Go, say, make, take, think, is. Press pause and write what you think these irregular verbs are once they've turned into the past tense. Let's check. Go becomes went. Say, said. Make, made. Take, took. Think, thought. Is, was. We use irregular verbs a lot of the time. Can you think of any more? Here we have an even longer list of irregular verbs. Let's go through them. In the first column, go becomes went, give becomes gave, think, thought, have, had, drink, drank, feel, felt, sleep, slept, tell, told, do, did, write, wrote. Next column, see, saw, take, took, grow, grew, say, said, get, got, forget, forgot, drive, drove, come, came, read, read. And the final column, buy, bought, find, found, know, knew, make, made, meet, met, hear, heard, speak, spoke, run, ran. These are all verbs that have been changed to the past tense. Pause while you have a look through them once more. Now I want you to try these, everyone. They're all in the past tense. It is sunny. We have assembly today. We go swimming. I think PE is fun. My dad helps me with my homework. We need to tidy up the cloakroom. Your turn to write it in the past tense. Press pause and off you go. It is sunny becomes it was sunny. We have assembly today. We had assembly today. We go swimming. We went swimming. I think PE is fun. I thought PE was fun. My dad helps me with my homework. My dad helped me with my homework. We need to tidy up the cloakroom. We needed to tidy up the cloakroom. Fantastic if you got them all. And if not, keep practicing and go back to that list with the irregular verbs. Let's look at this question together. It's about writing in the past tense. What did you do on Saturdays, Dave? Dave's answer is given below. The words are in bold and are in the present tense, and they describe what Dave does every week. I get up at about 10 o'clock and go down to the shop to buy a paper. Then I make some tea and toast and listen to the sport on Radio 5 Live. In the afternoon, I go to the match with my mates. We meet in a pub in town at 1 o'clock. We have a drink and then walk to the ground. Everybody is in a good mood and looking forward to the game. After the match, I go to my friends for dinner. Later on, we watch a film. Now look at this question. What did you do last Saturday, Dave? In the passage below, Dave is talking about what he did last week. Add the correct verbs to the passage. You have to make sure they're in the past tense. Pause while you get this done. Here we have the correct verbs added to the passage in bold. Let's compare the answers with the verbs on here. I got up at about 10 o'clock and went down to the shop to buy a paper. Then I made some tea and toast and listened to the sport on Radio 5 Live. In the afternoon, I went to the match with my mates. We met in a pub in town at 1 o'clock. We had a drink and then walked to the ground. Everybody was in a good mood and looking forward to the game. After the match, I went to my friends for dinner. Later on, we watched a film. Well done if you got all of those here four. If not, remember, go back, look at those lists at the beginning, and you will discover past tense for irregular verbs and then the rule for regular verbs where you just add the ed, and that's what you'll need to remember when changing verbs from the present tense to the past tense next time. Here is a converting tenses activity where we have to write the verbs in the past tense for each sentence. This is your 1-star task. Sally walks the dog every day. Susie watches the cricket on TV. Dave shouts at the music concert. Jim paints the house white. At the weekend, my family plays pool. The cat climbs the tree in the garden. For pocket money, Fred washes the car. The girl dances to the pop music. Very neatly, write these sentences out and remember you need to change the verb to the past tense. Underline the verbs once you're done. Remember you have to take a picture so you can email it through to school. I'd love to see how you get on. Press pause while you get this done. And now for the 2-star task, you have a table which is incomplete. So fill in the correct form of verbs. The headings at the top, past tense and present tense, and read carefully before you fill those in. Next, you have to correct the verbs in the paragraph. Oh dear, Some of the verbs in this text are in the wrong tense or have the wrong endings. Rewrite the text with the correct forms of the verb. An alien appeared from the spaceship. He wore only a coat and some strange boots. He calmed down the ramp and walked towards me slowly. I wasn't sure whether I should be scared or fascinated. He came closer and closer, but, to my surprise, he went straight past me. I see him look around before he goes down the lane towards the village, so I follow him to see what he do. Here's another pause point. Remember, take your time after filling out the table, reread this passage, and then very neatly make the corrections, changing the verbs and writing it out neatly. Finally, take a picture when you've checked and fixed all the mistakes and email it through to us. Until next time, stay safe, everyone.